Greetings, I'm John Phillips, and this is Up or Down. CNN got one of the biggest stories this week completely backwards. Should we just accept that kind of blatant flub? And find out if kissing is actually disgusting. All this and more will be judged with a thumbs up or a thumbs down by our panel. They are stand-up comic and PJTV contributor Stephen Cruiser. And all the way out in Washington, D.C., we have PJTV contributor Michelle Fields. As you can see, both of them have their thumbs ready to go, so let's get started. Topic number one. A tragedy occurred this week as a couple of terrorists stormed into a Jerusalem synagogue and shot, stabbed, and hatcheted a group of rabbis. This was a barefaced attack on a group of innocent people just there to pray. But the story developed into a commentary on how the media reports on things like this when CNN put the wrong headline up on their feed. They announced that rather than being a terrorist attack on a synagogue, that it had been an attack on a mosque. Let's go ahead and take a look at their mistake while they were interviewing the mayor of Jerusalem.
There's no doubt in my mind that it's not even murderers, because animals don't behave like this. To get into a synagogue with a butcher knife and to slaughter innocent people while they pray.
And as you see there from Jerusalem's mayor, tensions are high in Jerusalem this hour.
Considering the implications of their gaffe, it leads us to ask, up or down, should news agencies be fined for spreading falsehoods? Stephen Cruiser.
I don't know if you could find them, so I would say no. I'm not a big fan of that idea, but I'm saying we have to start really gutting their credibility, because it wasn't just CNN. There were a couple other headlines talking about the number of people killed, and including the terrorists who were the murderers in, as if that was just part of, as if they were the victims too, not mentioning that the two Palestinians who went in there were the murderers, were the terrorists. So I think this is all part of the mindset where, you know, they're predisposed to disliking Israel, they're predisposed to being sympathetic to the Palestinians, and this was maybe or maybe not deliberate.
And you know what? This is also why PJTV exists.
Yes.
To call them out.
Yes, exactly.
Thumbs up or thumbs down on the fines, Michelle?
I give it a thumbs down. I don't think that we should fine media companies. I think you should just allow the free market to work itself out. Look, CNN has made a lot of mistakes, and they've also covered a ton of things for very long periods of time, like the Malaysian airline flight and the cruise ship that a lot of people don't like. And if you look at CNN's ratings, the free market is working itself out, and the people are looking at CNN and saying, I don't want to watch this anymore, and they're changing the channel. And there's tons of backlash online to a lot of the stuff that they do. So they're being punished in ways that's not forced. There's no, company or government that's fining them, but audiences are punishing them by giving them bad ratings.
To see the sort of impact this might have, we asked our fans on Facebook and Twitter how often they read past the headlines. Here are the results of the poll. 55% said, I read the headlines and skim many of the articles. 28% of you said, I read most articles in full. Liars. 17% said print journalism is dead and getting deader, and nobody admitted to just reading the headlines. Even though, as a columnist for the Orange County Register, I'm convinced that's what 95% of people do. On to topic number two. This year we ate more chocolate than cocoa farmers were able to produce, about 70,000 tons more. That's a lot. And by 2020, they're worried that we may eat 1 million tons more chocolate than cocoa produced. It doesn't help that there's a fungus attacking many of the world's cocoa plants. So it is possible we could have a chocolate shortage. If we have a chocolate shortage, we need to make sure that Stephen Cruiser's on suicide watch at all times. At this rate, we may not have any chocolate by the year 2030. So up or down, will the world fall into chaos if we don't have any more chocolate? Stephen Cruiser.
I alone can create the chaos. So yes, I agree. I'll riot. Chocolate's like the only sweet thing. I don't really dabble in many other varieties of sweet things. I like chocolate upon chocolate upon chocolate upon chocolate. And if I want variety, I have an Oreo. But this is tragic, and I hope a meteor hits us before that happens.
Are you as pessimistic as Cruiser, Michelle?
I do. I think this would be tragic. I'm going to start stocking up on chocolate now. What is the world without chocolate and bacon? If one of those are gone, I feel like it's just not a world I want to live in.
What's your favorite chocolate bar?
They're the best. My favorite chocolate bar, I like a good, like, just Snickers.
Cruiser?
American?
American. What, are you wearing a beret?
Well, no, I had a Belgian chocolate place near me for a while, and I would go there and get their dark chocolate, which was so good.
I'm not a chocolate snob. I'll eat anything chocolate.
It was so good, but I like if I'm going milk chocolate, I like a plain old Hershey's bar.
I like Kit Kats.
Kit Kats?
That's my favorite.
There's a non-chocolate flavor inside this. See what I mean? I'm all about the chocolate. Just chocolate.
See's Candy in California.
Yeah.
Also, home run every time. Bordeaux.
Yes.
Oof. Scotch Mellows. Love those too. On to topic number 3. Oxford Dictionaries usually adds 1 new word a year. The word must have been used enough colloquially or with a different meaning. The word they chose is one that you're 30 times more likely to come across than you were 2 years ago, and its usage has doubled since last year. The word is vape, and the definition is to inhale and exhale the vapor produced by an electric cigarette or similar device. They now have vape shops, vape bars, and it has become a mainstream word. So up or down, has our valid lexicon gone up in smoke? Stephen Cruiser.
No, I don't think so. I think that there are so many new technologies and new things being created now that the language changes at a much faster rate than it used to, and they probably might want to look into adding more than 1 word a year. I think we're coming up with all kinds of, between the internet, the technology, social media, there's a zillion new words a year that could be valid.
How about it, Michelle?
I don't see a big deal about this. I don't think it's controversial. I think what was more controversial was when they decided to use literally and change the definition of literally. That was a little more controversial. But I don't see a problem with adding this, and I agree with Cruiser. They should be adding more words each year than just 1.
And everybody knows what it means.
Yes. I have a vape shop up there. The only new thing in my neighborhood that's open, everything else is going out of business, or they're seasonal stores or anything. The only new thing on my stretch of Santa Monica Boulevard that's been successful is a vape place. They have an aquarium. People are in there late at night and they're...
On to topic number 4. Say it's been a long day at work and you come home to your significant other. What's the first thing that you do? You kiss them, that's what you do. Well, researchers at the Netherlands Organization for Applied Scientific Research are going to have you doubting that. They studied several couples, each kissing for 10 seconds, and discovered that each time you lock lips, you're transferring, on average, 80 million bacteria between the two of yous. This is not to say that any of the bacteria are particularly harmful, but up or down, is kissing worth the bacteria spread? Stephen Cruiser.
You call it bacteria spread, I call it building resistance, okay? And I will be building as much resistance with my significant other as I can because it's healthy, because health.
Michelle?
Thumbs up. One thing I won't do, which tons of people do, which I don't understand, is kiss their dogs. I will not allow that. I think
That's
that
gross.
is disgusting. When
I'm with
people
her on
allow
that.
the dog to kiss their lips and... No, I draw the line there. I'm for kissing humans that I like. And
You know what scares me to death?
Not dogs.
Touching things in public bathrooms. The door handles and the...
You didn't even need to put in public bathrooms on that. Once I get outside, I'm all... I don't like to... I'm not really a germophobic, but as I'm older, I'm aware of just how icky the world is.
Touching money is gross, too.
Money, I wash my hands like crazy every time I have to look in my wallet or touch money.
All right, that's going to do it for today. Are you going to keep kissing, or does it gross you out? And should vape be 2014's new dictionary word? Leave your comments in the comments section below, and don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/PJTV. We'll ask questions next week, and your answers could be featured on the show. I'm John Phillips for Stephen Cruiser and Michelle Fields. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great weekend.